Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tom Fountainhead once again. I'm sweating my balls off in my studio today, this hot August day. And it's day number 5 of hybrid picking week within the greater context of this entire month where I'm in the process of uploading 1 guitar lesson per day. And I have scheduled one specific area of guitar world, one specific area of guitar playing and knowledge in for each week. And so in every day of that week, we are advancing, we are deepening our knowledge together, and we are looking at all the little nuts and bolts of this technique, in this case, hybrid picking, different applications of it. If you haven't seen the earlier videos, I highly recommend you do, because we're taking it step by step. With every video, it gets progressively harder and more complex. And so if you haven't done hybrid picking to this level before, please do check out the earlier videos and get a handle of all the different motions involved, the different hand positionings, left hand, right hand muting, all these different concepts that I explained over the last couple of days. So today we are going to use this lick that I recorded just a couple of days ago at the time of recording this in a very spontaneous solo that I did one evening, one afternoon, over the backing track that Kiesel provided for their guitar solo contests. And I uploaded it to mixed results, to say the least, because some people apparently are completely incapable of looking at an off-the-cuff performance without looking at that one or two notes which are on a fretless guitar, not 100% in tune, and saying, "You suck." Well, whatever. Interesting. I am very happy to see your live performances without editing and pitch correction on a fretless guitar on that level. I will be happy to receiving your videos, guys. But that being said, this is one of the licks that I played. And it kind of goes back to the first 2 days of this series where we had pedal tone licks. That kind of stuff at the beginning where we started out. And this takes the pedal tone idea to another level. And it's also similar-ish to an idea that I played in one of my, I guess, best-known solos from the track Acroasis, which I recorded with Obscura, where we have a very similar idea, just with different chords and inversions. So if you're struggling with that one, maybe this lick will give you, an edge to tackle that again. So what is happening? We are in the key of D major or B minor, and we're starting with a pluck note with the middle finger on the D string. So we have this root note here, which is going to be our pedal point. So again, pedal point meaning that we have at least 2 voices. One is moving, one is stationary. So this is stationary, the F sharp. And then this one, from B to C sharp to D, this one moves. Right? So while we previously kept 1 pedal point for the entire lick, and so on, there's so much more we can do with that, because pedal point, there's not a rule that says that you have to keep this pedal going as long as possible. So quite the contrary, you can also mix it up really quickly. So in this case, we are playing 6 16th notes, and then I am transposing the pedal point a minor third up. And so now A is the pedal point, and we are playing this descending run on the G string. It's pretty hard to do in terms of fingering. And there's two different really important concepts here, which is the reason why I want to do this lick next. So first of all, this expands on the idea that I introduced in day 3, I think, where we played these arpeggios and we muted the strings in a particular way. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go back to the video of day number 3 of hybrid picking week, because this is a really, really important technique. So this really comes in handy now because we are playing this line and this pedal tone, and there's only one way to finger this, with the pedal tone on the ring finger. And so by doing this, we are opening ourselves up to all these, clashing tones with distortion when the notes ring into each other. We want to keep it as separated as possible. And already here, and especially here, we have to apply this same technique where every time we are pushing down on one particular note, the other fingers involved, they are hovering on top of their particular notes, their particular frets, but not pushing down. And already it's pretty hard to do, even though I'm doing this technique. But without that particular muting technique, it would just be a mess, right? So you have to be able to switch from finger to finger in terms of how much pressure you apply really, really quickly. Just apply a tiny bit of pressure. You can see how my finger moves really quickly. And then move on to the next finger, while that finger you just used to play a note goes back to hovering above its fret. Super, super important technique for especially these quick licks here. Otherwise, without that, I wouldn't know how you would get that to sound that clean, or that clean. I'm sure you can play cleaner for a little bit more practice. But the other thing I wanted to mention is in the right hand. So you can probably see that for the ascending D string thing, I used the middle finger to pluck, and then for the descending G string, I used the ring finger. So I could also just use the same finger for the entire lick. But there's something at play here which, happens all the time if you are using one finger and one particular movement over and over again, which is fatigue. You just get fatigued really quickly, especially if you're playing a lick that fast. It's you will notice that if you are not switching in between fingers while you're playing it, by the end of it, you will just feel a strong burning sensation, and you will just, lose speed. So you won't be able to continue that rapid pace throughout if you don't switch up fingers. And that's why I deliberately compose these lines in a way that I can, play this one with one finger, play this one with another finger. And so every time I play with this finger, this one can rest, and vice versa. So I'm kind of like splitting the workload on those two. And sometimes I can even find myself playing different stuff where I will be playing, on one string using different fingers one after the other. So just so that I don't have to play the same string with one plucking finger really quickly, one pluck after the other, or too many times in a row. So I can just split the workload between fingers. That's really important. Simple concept, but very powerful. So in terms of the lick itself, we just move this whole concept up one perfect fifth and play it here from the C sharp. Same thing, same concept, everything else stays the same. And then finally, the same motion gets started here from the E and B. And then, because we're running out of strings to do the same thing, we are just sequencing it until we go into this little lick to top it off. So yeah, that's today's lick. Very effective, very powerful, and this should keep you occupied for a while to get this up to speed. But the speed is not really the end all be all, right? Because these concepts within the lick, they should be, enough to give you a new perspective and different ways of using this technique. So be sure to analyze what's happening, to listen to what I have to say about the background here, and not just blindly follow the tabs. Oh yeah, I can play it now. I'm good. Right? That's not really the point. I'm trying to open your perception to different ways of playing, to different ways of using this technique, so you can make that part of your repertoire and use it in totally different contexts. Right. So again, if you want the tab for this, follow me on social media. I will be posting the tab on my social media on Instagram and on Facebook. If you want to book me for a Skype lesson, which you can, if we can make schedules work, you can do that as well per social media. We can talk again. We can talk about guitar playing, mixing, mastering, producing, songwriting, psychology, all these different aspects that make up playing music and playing guitar, hopefully better. So if you have anything that I can help you with in those areas, hit me up. And last but not least, ring the bell. Ring the bell besides the subscribe button, so you get notified when the next video comes out, which is going to be tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to take this up yet another notch, and it's going to be very interesting. And all of that being said, I hope you appreciate what I'm doing here with these lessons. And if you have criticism or questions, post them in the comments below. I would be so thankful if you could forward these videos, share these with people, guitar players or not guitar players, who you think would benefit from these lessons and knowledge, and just let them know. Maybe they are not aware of the fact that I do what I do and would be interested in. So please connect the dots. That would be so helpful for all of us. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow with the next one. Take care. Bye.